Today marks the second week of the court case dubbed the Wagatha Christie trial, a legal battle between the wives of footballers Wayne Rooney and Jamie Vardy. Let's briefly recap where this all began. Back in 2017, private stories about Colin Rooney's life, which she was posting on social media to friends, began appearing in the tabloids. So, in 2019, Colin Rooney decided to launch her own sting operation. She would post fake stories, make them only visible to specific unwitting friends. If those stories ended up in the tabloids, then she'd know who was the leak by who had viewed the posts. Quite clever. And as she suspected, a made-up story she had posted on her social media ended up in The Sun. That story, she claims, was only viewed by one person, leading to that now infamous revelation. It's Rebekah Vardys' account. But the plot thickens. Last year, Rebekah Vardys, aggrieved by being accused of being the leaker, sued Rooney for libel, denying she had anything to do with the leak. And so the sensational farce that is the Wagatha Christie trial was born. Now, why am I talking about this? I don't care about petty wags who are only rich off the backs of their husbands, dragging each other through the courts over an Instagram post, clearly. Well, here's the thing. This trial will cost the pair millions in legal fees. That's according to estimates. And actually, the real reason I'm talking about this now is because another woman in the press has been facing a trial all of her own over the last week. Not a trial of the legal kind, but a personal trial of physical anguish and mental resilience. Deborah James, now Dame Deborah James, a former teacher, has been bravely sharing her experiences of having incurable bowel cancer since her diagnosis in 2016. Well, a week ago, she revealed that doctors had tried everything, but that after a 6-year battle with bowel cancer, the 40-year-old mother of two was now receiving end-of-life care. A heartbreaking article in her final column in the Sun newspaper this week wrote this: "My body is so emaciated that I have no choice but to surrender to the inevitable. I do not want to die. I can't get my head around the idea that I will not see my kids' weddings or see them grow up. I'm not brave. I'm not dignified going towards my death. I am simply a scared girl who is doing something she has no choice in, but I know I am grateful for the life I've had." Well, anyone with a pulse can't help but feel equally devastated for and inspired by Deborah. And just a week ago, as she announced her sad news, she launched a fundraiser for research into cancer care with an initial goal of £250,000. Well, as of this morning, ladies and gentlemen, she has raised nearly £6.2 million. You can see there that that's 2,479% of her original target. She's probably raised more, actually, since we've been on air. This is simply extraordinary. And as a fitting tribute to her tremendous work, Prince William actually visited Deborah in person at home to honour her with a damehood, the most senior honour in the land. A title, of course, she more than deserves. Now, I've been watching these two stories develop over the last week, and my goodness, these women could not be any more different. In her darkest hour, Deborah James decided she would dedicate the remaining few years of her life to an incredible cause. She's worked tirelessly and courageously to raise awareness and money for cancer sufferers of present and future. She's remained dignified, kind and humble. Meanwhile, Vardy and Rooney have been busy feeling sorry for themselves in court whilst, to coin a phrase, spaffing money up the wall for what I consider to be utterly self-serving, trivial purposes. Now, I can already hear the chorus of liberal feminists yelling, "How dare you judge women? Women can do what they like." To which I say, exactly, women can do what they like, which is why I'm exercising my free speech to condemn the pair in the Wagatha Christie shenanigans for their self-absorption. Look, I'm a mother to a daughter. Female role models actually really matter to me. And this last week has been a good reminder of just who is and isn't a female role model. If my daughter was old enough to understand everything that's going on in the world, and thank God she isn't, I would simply tell her this: in a world of Rebekah Vardys, be a Deborah James. In fact, I think we can all, every single one of us, learn an important lesson from this extraordinary, inspirational woman.